Warning, in this video I let my dogs out, aka showing feet. Yes, my feet, bunions, monkey toes, ashiness. Viewer discretion is advised. So I'm on my way to get a pedicure, and it's not just any pedicure. It's considered a smart pedicure, a Russian pedicure, a pedicure with e-file. I believe there's no water involved or no foot soaking. And I'm very excited. So TMI, this is why I'm taught TMI. I think I have an ingrown toenail. I'm not quite sure. But the nail like curves into my skin. Considering what I've seen on other pictures of actual like full-blown ingrown toenails, I don't think I have that. But I wanted to get this special pedicure because I've been told I've been cutting my toenails wrong this whole time, which is why they keep continuing to grow into the skin. Anyway, I'll show you a picture if you really want the full look of it. Well, I warned you, didn't I? So here's my big crusty foot. There is the big toe with that curved I think it's an ingrown toenail, and the skin in the way. This is why I wanted to see someone who specializes in these kinds of toenails, so she can let me know if it's indeed an ingrown, or give me tips on how I can take care of it. Are e-file pedicure and Russian pedicure interchangeable? Not quite. While they both are dry surfaces, meaning no water is used, and an e-file is used during the Russian pedicure, the technique for Russian pedicure is very specific. When I was speaking to my nail tech, she mentioned working in Moscow, and the standards for these types of services are very high, almost as if it were a medical procedure. And why no water? A few reasons for this. It's better for the nails and nail beds. It's easier for the nail tech to address issues like calluses on dry feet, and less risk for bacteria and infection that might come along with the water from the pedi baths that have jets. As you can see, I didn't show the entire appointment, but there are my big feet with the cute toes. And I'm telling you, this is the softest my feet have ever been. I'm not even lying. Baby soft. So to start out, I mean, my feet were like really crusty, right? But I usually have really rough soles and it's callous and dry. Even with traditional pedis in the past, even with the paraffin wax, they've never been this soft. I'm not even joking. If you decide to get this, schedule it right before a date night or make your boo rub your feet. They will not be able to keep their hands off you. Yep, you are going to have someone else rub your feet because no, sadly, this pedicure did not come with a foot rub, although she did apply a nice balm to my feet at the end, but no massage with this one. So thank you for watching my feet. I hope it didn't make you barf, or if you did, you were warned. Just kidding. So should you get a Russian pedicure? The answer is if you have possibly ingrown toenails or really, really bad cracked heels, really bad calluses, corns. Yes, get a Russian pedicure and a nail technician that is certified to do Russian pedicure. Because I find that she was very, very professional and she wasn't judgmental at all. You know, when you have issues like that, you're kind of embarrassed. And even when I would get a traditional pedi at the nail salon, the nail ladies would be like, don't cut your toenails at home, because I like my toenails really short. So sometimes I would, thinking I'm doing them a favor, I would cut them at home and thinking I'm helping, but no, I actually made it worse because the way I was cutting my toenails was it was making that curvature thing weird, and so it was making it harder for the nail ladies to do their job. So they said just come with long toenails so they can cut them, but I could tell that they did not enjoy cutting my toenails. But again, who enjoys cutting other people's toenails? And my nail technician, she was open. I was asking her tons of questions, and she was very professional about answering all of my questions. Now, you do have to make the time for it. Should you get a Russian pedicure if you're someone that's in a rush or you don't have time? No, probably not. This took almost 2 hours. That's why they call it a Russian pedicure, because they're not rushing you. Get it? I wish I could take credit for that. That's from an episode of Saved by the Bell. Remember when he was playing chess? They were playing chess against the... Okay, about some time in your day to get your Russian pedicure. Also, it's not cheap. It was $100. So again, you should get it if you have like normal feet, like cute little feet or cute smooth feet with no corns. I once worked with this girl. She was like, corns, what's that? Girl, bye. If you have like normal, you don't have like super hard calluses, whatever, normal feet, then just get a normal pedi. But if you, yeah, if you want something, or if you want to get your feet like hella baby soft, I'm not kidding. My feet were so freaking soft, and then that's the softest they've ever felt. I'm not even kidding. So it's worth that. So again, you don't get massage. Well, maybe it was just my nail tech that's like, I'm not massaging your feet after all that. But I have a feeling that all of the Russian pedicures, they don't include massage. So if that's something that you love, which, you know, who doesn't love a good foot rub? I do. Get a traditional pedicure. But yeah, so it's no water. It's dry. That might feel kind of weird. But again, sometimes the water makes the cracked heels and the calluses worse, and it's all dry. And she did use cuticle trimmers a couple of times, but for the most part everything was done with the e-file. And so they changed the bits, the little head on the top for whatever they're doing. So you could see at the end when she was filing down the hard skin, she used kind of a disc. So I think that's why it came out like super smooth. Now, I've never had a Russian manicure, but I hear that that's Bob right there, my Norwich Terrier. He's so cute. I've never had a Russian manicure, but I hear that they last a really long time. I think, I don't even know if you can get it with a regular nail polish, but I think for the most part, if you do get a Russian mani with a gel, they're supposed to last like 3.5 weeks, like the longest you've ever had, but I don't know. Because on the pedi, you know, typically nail polish lasts a long time on your feet anyway, because well, my toes aren't always out, so I always get a long wear time out of my pedi. Feet were still pretty smooth, like up to like 2 weeks after. I know when I compare it to traditional pedi, they tend to get like cracked again, like after 5 or 7 days. So if you have the time and the means, you should definitely check out Russian pedicure, just because you're going to be hearing a lot about e-file. I feel like it's all the rage now, and Russian mani, Russian pedi. So they might be, I live in the Bay Area, kind of the peninsula area, and I'm seeing a little bit more of nail technicians, certified Russian mani, Russian pedi technicians. I don't see a lot of them, so they might be kind of hard to find. Again, you can search for like e-file. It's also called e-file or smart mani, smart pedi. And I think that just refers to it's a dry service. But again, I don't think the names are interchangeable. Using the e-file doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a Russian mani or a Russian pedi, because their procedure is it's pretty consistent and it's specific. And so it took almost 2 hours, and it cost $100. But if you have problematic feet like I do, I highly recommend. And if you want to know where I went, I'll leave the all of her information in the show notes. We don't call them show notes. I should also mention I'm not a nail tech and I'm not a cosmetologist. I am a licensed esthetician though, so I have knowledge in that arena. But another thing that's different, obviously, with the Russian pedicure, it's a lot longer. As someone that does lash services, sometimes I find that I can work faster and concentrate better when my client is not talking. Although I love to catch up with my clients, I do that before I actually start the service. And I was asking my nail tech, like, is it better if I just don't talk? Even though I asked her a bunch of questions, she was really good at like telling me when to ask her questions, because it is a very detailed service. So if you're someone that's really chatty, you like to chop it up during your service, maybe Russian pedi or mani is not for you, although it will depend on the nail tech. And you can certainly just ask them right before, but don't get butthurt if they say, no, I don't want to talk. Don't get butthurt. It's to your benefit, so that they can work faster and do a better job. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed learning about new beauty things, please give me a like and a subscribe. And or if you just want to roast my feet, leave me a comment below and have at it. I'm pretty thick skin, like the skin on the bottoms of my feet. Anyway, see you in the next one.